Yes, so I think we should take a really serious look at this, coding. And for that, we have invited an expert on coding, and we're going to get to know more about it and why it's so important. Let's connect with Hyun-Cheol Kim, a professor at the Department of Computer Education at Korea University. Good morning, Professor. It's an honor to have you on our program.
Good morning.
So can you please explain in layman's terms thoroughly what exactly is coding?
Coding is a computer programming, actually. So when you say code or source code, that means a computer program.
Simply put, why is coding so important, and why is it an important global trend?
So we are talking about the paradigm shift from the industrialized economy into digital economy. And the digital economy requires new competency and new literacy, which is, for example, digital creativity. And the problem is how to train and what to teach. The answer we have is to teach them how to code, teach them about the software, and teach them how the softwares can change the world, etc. So the goal is not to teach. The goal is not to train the programmers, but to train them to have the digital competencies in the future.
Right, very important. To some people, though, Professor, making computer programs or coding, it sounds very complicated or difficult. But other experts say that young students, as young as elementary students, should learn it in school. And, I imagine it's something that college students should also learn. Why do you think it's important to learn coding at a young age?
Well, like I said, we have to train them to have the competence and the digital literacy, because they're going to live in the digital era in the future. And so you said the learning the coding could be complicated, but there are several levels of computer programming languages available for free. So some college students could learn professional programming languages such as C, C++, or Java for their careers and their jobs. But the students in K-12 can learn educational programming languages that is made for the educational purposes only. So there are so many of them, and one of the most popular one is Scratch, developed by MIT Media Lab. That is the visual graphical languages, and that is so easy and fun. So you can learn it like in 10 minutes.
Well, I think that's actually very ego-boosting for novices, beginners like me. That the fact that there are easy ones out there, the fact that K through 12 students can learn these easy ones. But what about other countries, Professor, in terms of educating students, in terms of coding? How are they going about it?
Well, this just became popular globally all of a sudden. So as of September 2014, which is last year, the UK made computer programming part of its national K-12 curriculum. They teach how to code from 5 to 16 years old, required for all students. And even in the United States, coding is getting more popular these days. Many school districts, including Chicago district, decided to teach computer science in public high schools. And in the United States, there's a non-profit educational foundation called Code.org. Was just started about 1.5 years ago, but the number of the registered is about 50 million already.
Wow.
And Israel and India and several European countries like Finland and Estonia and Japan and China, they just began to how to teach how to code.
Right. So you gave us several good examples of many developed and developing countries who are already teaching computer sciences and coding in the classrooms. Some people might think, well, what about Korea? Korea is known to be an IT powerhouse. Why is it that it seems that Korea is really just starting to really, get behind this initiative? Why do you believe this is happening?
Well, there are several reasons, but when you just said Korea is the IT powerhouse, but that is I don't agree with it, because the Korea is an advanced IT country in hardware only, such as smartphones and TV and semiconductors.
Right.
But when it comes to software, we are not in the leading group. We are not the leaders, so we are far behind actually. So the Korean school it's kind of twisted by exams. The exams to go to better colleges.
Yes.
They spend most of their time, even in school and the house, in their home, for better the exam scores to get admissions from better colleges.
Mm-hmm.
But the programming and coding and computing subject is not the subject for the exam. So there's no motivation to learn coding at school. That is the major reason.
Right, that's a very important point, and it's kind of sad actually to think about it. The fact that, yes.
But fortunately, Korean government decided to introduce new national K-12 curriculum at school from 2018.
So that's actually a step in the right direction then.
Right.
Well, if students learn how to code from a young age, can you tell us even more in terms of positive effects it can have on Korean society overall?
Yeah, we are heading for the digital economy in the future, and the digital economy is based on software. Its importance is getting more increasing. So learning coding helps our children to have a right viewpoint and understanding for digital era where they're going to live in the future.
Yes.
So teach your children how to program. It teaches them how to think.
Very important point. On the other hand, we always want to look at all sides of an issue if we can. Some people are concerned about the possible negative aspects in incorporating coding into a regular curriculum, such as high-cost tutoring or only regarding it as something to kind of memorize. What do you think about these arguments?
Well, the people have the concerns about the private education problems that we have. But I don't actually worry about it because the most of the private education problem is due to college entrance exams.
Right.
So this new computing curriculum is not it. And we're going to make this computing class fun and easy without any stress of this exam. Just fun and to share and collaborations. And we're going to make it that way.
Right. And as our final question, Professor, for ordinary people like me who want to maybe learn a little bit more about coding, but kind of on an easy level, what can we do?
Let me recommend you the websites you can start with. The first one is the code.org, code.org, where you can find lots of resources and the contents there. And another one is the Naver. The Naver just started the coding education, the campaign, and the name is Software Norja in Korean. So you just type it Software Norja in Naver, and it'll take you there.
Okay.
And the final one is the Scratch Programming Languages. The site name is scratch.mit.edu. So you'll find a new world over there.
Well, I'm sure that for listeners out there, maybe they feel like me, if they're not so keen on computers, these are some easy ways to get into coding. Thank you so much for the interview today, Professor.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Once again, this was our special interview with Professor Hyun-Chul Kim, or Kim Hyun-Chul.